Prescendetti everyone, welcome back to another reaction in regards to Eurovision. So today guys, we're gonna do the hardest thing I can ever possibly do ever is to predict who is going to go to the final, who not. We're gonna start things off with the first semifinal, so this is gonna be the prediction for my first semi. Who I think is gonna go to the final, but keep in mind that this is not 100% what I wanted to, because I have a little bit of influence, guys. Being seeing the polls, being seeing the comments, and I'm gonna do a two table thing. I'm gonna do like what I want to go to the final and what I think, like based on all the evidence between like the polls and your comments and all of that, and what do I think it's gonna go like in the end into the final. Um, so yeah, honestly, it's super hard for me to do this, but and I don't enjoy doing it, but I think it's necessary because in the end, I want to make a bet into what we can actually predict on what goes to the final. But again, nothing is set in stone in here. I'm like 90% of the time wrong with my predictions, so this means nothing. I have no say, no, like, just keep that in mind before you start attacking me about my list, because that's happened before. So please be respectful in the comments, but this is just my opinion and what I've seen so far. So let's start first things off with like according to the prediction thing that I have like right in front of me. Even I have Sweden as a sure qualifier. It's a jam, guys. Absolutely everyone loves it. It's a very good song. Like even the concept of it, the fact that it's in Swedish, and we haven't had an entry in Swedish like for the longest time. But Kai's energy in this is absolutely amazing. I think it's like a short qualifier. So there's going to be also another table, by the way, guys. So we're going to be like short qualifier, most probably to qualify, the borderline qualifiers in my idea, and then most probably we like won't qualify, and the 100% non-qualifiers for me and from what I've gathered. So I've put Sweden as a short qualifier as like the surest thing ever on this one, because honestly they deserve it, and I think they are one of the contenders to actually win. And in my opinion, even the first semi it's not that strong, so they're gonna like absolutely top it compared to the rest of it. So yeah, according to the prediction, the second in the line is Netherlands. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of C'est la vie from Claudie, right? I think he's a brilliant singer. I think he could have gone with something better. I think that the message and everything about the song is quite well, but I don't really resonate like with the song itself. I would have put it as a qualifier for sure, like even on my list, but even on the list that is basically influenced by what we see in these pools and all of that, but even from you guys' comments. So I would put it as a qualifier. In my list, I would put it like a most probably to qualify, but I know it's gonna qualify, so I put it like a short qualifier in the influence list, which we're calling it for now. Next on the line, we have Estonia. So in the case of Estonia, I don't think the song is Eurovision kind of a song. It's funny. He's a very good, like, let's say, creative person. Like he's very approachable like to media, and he's fun and all of that. I don't think he has the best voice. I don't think the song represents the best out of this Eurovision. He like a quality to win this year. I don't think so, but I don't think it's enough even for me to actually turn my head and vote for the song itself for Eurovision. Let's get the clear. Is this something I would listen to normally in like a normal music kind of a thing? Sure, but if you put that thing in the stage, like we saw in the national selection in Estonia, I don't think that's kind of like it's gonna be memorable enough or do enough for people to vote for it. At least in my opinion, people's gonna vote because he's famous. People's gonna vote because he's funny. But I don't know. He's gonna vote because he really deserves all of that. So yeah, I've put it in most probably to qualify, and I in the polls he's third on the list, so we're gonna make the comparison even with that. But in my opinion, yeah, most probably he will qualify just because of that. But I don't really resonate with it. Next in line is Ukraine with Bird of Prey of Cyberblood. Guys, this song is kind of like a grower for me. I didn't expect it in the beginning. I wasn't a huge fan. I've said this before. I'm gonna say it now. I wasn't a huge fan, but the song grows on you. It takes a couple of listens. It has a beautiful message in the background of it. It has a mix of English and Ukrainian, which is beautiful in every aspect of it. Because of even the situation with the war, I'm not into politics. I don't want to like get involved into that, but there is an influence through that. There is a huge diaspora through that. So I think Ukraine, I put it as a most probably in the pool in the odds. It's a short qualifier because I think how much, yeah, it got like 90%, so it's fourth on that list. So but I put it as a most probably because there are a lot of skeptics saying that the song is not enough and not good enough. But I think since it's not a very strong semi compared to the second one, where I personally have a lot of favorites, but a lot of people have a struggle with that. I've seen even in a couple of rankings and videos that they have done, other content creators, but also from the comments. I think like the first semi is not that strong, so Ukraine kind of like will do the standing out point of it. Next on the line is Albania. Albania is such a grower among people. Like it didn't make such a fuss in the beginning, but later on got very good with the polls. It's like 10th, I guess, in the winning odds, but in the semi odds, it's fifth with 88%, which is a good percentage to have. I think Albania is a most probably in my opinion because I've seen some like skeptics saying that Albania, I don't know, like my concern in the case of Albania, well, like of Albania, it's most probably gonna be the staging, even though I know for a fact that the staging is being done, like I think it's the same creative directors that did La Noia, I think. I'm not sure, it's not confirmed, I just saw that through a comment. So yeah, but I'm kind of excited about that part. I know the budget thing, it's not the hugest possible, but it's a good amount that Albania has sent throughout the years, so it's a better option. And I think it's gonna do good overall. If they nail on the staging, Albania might move up to a short qualifier for me, but if the staging sucks, I know it will go through, but it's not going to be enough then afterwards to actually make a killer performance in the final, to actually get the huge votes and all of that. As anyone like predicts the top 5, top 10 winner, da da da. That's so funny when I see that. It's like I wish that for them, but I think there are other songs this year. So yeah. Let's move on to Norway. So Norway is 6 on the odds for the first semi. I like Lider. I like Kyle. He's such a fun character. Absolutely love his soul. I think he's gonna do quite well. I've put Norway in a short qualifier in my list. I know that this kind of like put them a little bit low, but sixth place in a betting odd, it's not bad in my opinion. So I think also Kyle has a huge potential. I think he's gonna do quite well even on the public votes. I think that's gonna be the most supported part for him compared to the jury points. But yeah, I think he's a sure qualifier, for me at least. Then let's move on to Poland. Poland with Justina with Gaia. I love her. She is amazing. And I hate that she's like 7th in this list. But I think she's another of the most probably to qualify. I don't know why some people have created some hate towards her for the long notes and for being, I don't know, like a lot of stuff is being said like on the internet, but personally Poland is gonna do quite well in my opinion. I just like staging wise, it's amazing. The only thing I'm concerned about her is how the public appeal is going to continue to be. Like, it's enough of a thing to impress people, but I'm mostly concerned about the first time viewers. Like, if the first time viewers are going to get her energy, then this is going to do quite well. If they not, this might even flop. So, a little bit concerned just for that. But she's one of my favorites, love her to death. And yeah, top 10 qualifier thing for sure, but even a top 10 list for the final, I think she can really reach that. And vocally, she's perfect, so no concerns on that point. And now we have Cyprus for my hugest like a surprise that we have Cyprus on the eighth list, and we have Belgium then acts like in the ninth, which Belgium for me is like so high in my list that when I saw this, it was like, what? No, but yeah, Cyprus. I think he would qualify. I think he has a decent song. I think the staging thing is gonna help him most of the time. But Theo, I love his character. I love his song. I think it's gonna do good. I think if it's like anything, because Cyprus it's known for their stagings and their crazy dancing moves. So if that's gonna be brought on the stage, 100% gonna go through. Belgium is at 70%, they're like 73% in the ninth place, which is bizarre in my opinion. Like, how can you put Belgium with such a powerful song, such powerful vocals to that point is, I don't know, it's out of like, I can't even like think about it. Anyways, for me, Belgium is a sure qualifier. A lot of depictive comments in regards to this were made, but personally, I think he has a very good staging. He has a very good vocals. Everything is there. This wasn't even one of contenders to actually win it. Like, now it's being dragged and it's being said that it's not enough. Like, this doesn't really make sense for me. I feel like just the momentum has lost, and maybe that's why this kind of was put there. But I think Belgium's gonna surprise us and it's gonna do very well. And then we have San Marino. Like, for in case of San Marino, guys, I think the DJ songs are not really for Eurovision. Like, there's nothing wrong with it, but Gabri Ponte, yes, he's such a huge name. We know his songs, even though we didn't know that those were songs that he collabed on, or like was part of. But Tutta l'Italia, it's a fun song. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know if it's a Eurovision song. It's the same thing for me as it's with Estonia. I don't think it's a song for Eurovision, and the DJ songs don't really tend to do well. I have put it as a border qualifier. This one, that and Cyprus, I had them as border qualifiers. That can go either way, like interchangeable later on with Iceland. And I have a feeling even for Portugal, guys, because I feel like even Portugal, even though it's like a very low tone kind of a energy kind of a song, there is an audience for that, and we have seen that Portugal, even though it doesn't make a lot of fuss in like in the let's say the pre-parties, or I don't know, social media and stuff like that, they kind of like kill it afterwards in the performance because they do quite a good staging there compared to their national selection. So that's why I think Portugal is not doing that well. But even though I'm not a huge fan of Napa personally, I had other favorites. You have seen that video of me overreacting to the results. I am sorry to the Portugal audience that we have here. It's not me being vindictive on that, but it's just I had a lot of favorites, so that's why I kind of like made those comments. And I don't take back on those. I wish other names, because Napa might be very good, but not with Deslocada. I don't think that's the song for me, at least. Even though in the odds it's 14th or something. So yeah, I think for sure non-qualifier for me would be Slovenia, and probably not qualifying is Croatia. Croatia, for me, for now, like this, I have a good feeling about Marco. I think he's a very young soul, and he's very good. Like I've seen him and even in some of the pre-parties, even though the pre-parties videos that we have is just from the Weeby blogs, and it's not very professionally done, even the audio part of it, so I don't really hear much if he's good vocally or not, unless you're there and you're hearing it yourself. I didn't attend any of the pre-parties, not this year at least. Hopefully next year, but yeah, I don't. I'm a little bit skeptic on Croatia just for now, for the fact of the staging. But song-wise, I really like it, and I think it's a very good. But the vocal thing that he kind of expressed, especially the high notes part that he does, not a huge fan of that. Um, for me, Portugal, yes, is a borderline. As we said, Slovenia for me is a non-qualifier. Not that because Clement is not a very good singer, but because of the song. I know he has a very good message. I know it has a very powerful element to it, but I don't know if it's a Eurovision kind of song, guys. That's I feel sad in saying that because I know that he's such a Eurovision fan. He makes like those let's say covers and makes it funny and all of that makes, but I don't know, like the song itself is not enough. Iceland, I love their energy, and that's why I think they're in my borderline list. And I really wish that for them, but I don't know. Like if the staging doesn't change, if a lot of elements doesn't change, I know they're lovely souls, both of them. But yeah, Azerbaijan then afterwards, like in some of like the videos that I've seen, a lot of the comments aren't like that positive to it, and I was a little afraid about their vocal performance, especially since there's some high notes and falsettos and all of that being done there. And I was a little like we see that very good in the official video, but in the live performances, I feel like that's kind of like missing out on that one. So yeah, I think I've said everything about this one. Yeah. So in the end of the line, sure qualifiers for me are Sweden, Norway, and Belgium. I've put Netherlands in the most probably, along with Estonia, Ukraine, Albania, and Poland. I've put borderline qualifiers. I think yeah, we have put only Cyprus and yeah, Cyprus, Portugal, and Iceland. Most probably not to qualify for Croatia, and a sure non-qualifier for me would be Slovenia and Azerbaijan. Yeah, this is pretty much what I like predicted, guys. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. But honestly, any way you turn it, any way you kind of like see it, I don't think there is any other list possible to be made for this, unless you kind of like again change the borderlines once between Cyprus, Portugal, and Iceland and all of that, if they go up or down. But other than that, I don't know. Like Croatia has, like if they make a major change, might do it for me. But yeah, I don't think that the most probably and sure qualifiers list is gonna change, because we have Sweden, we have Netherlands, we have Norway, we have Belgium, we have Estonia, Ukraine, Albania, and Poland. I feel like these are set in stone. So yeah, I don't know. Unless one of these flops, but I don't think so. I've seen the pre-parties and what they're like, you know, and even the excitement of the audience, and I don't think this list lie, especially even looking at the polls, even though I don't agree on Belgium one being that low, but again, as long as it qualifies, I'm happy with it. Again, guys, this is what I thought. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. What is your list? I know there's gonna be this like disagreements on this, but what is your list on this? And I really, really want to know your comments and thoughts on my list as well. So make sure to leave them down in the comment section below. Thank you again so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, do all this good stuff. It really, really helps the channel. And I'm trying to get to 2,000 subscribers by the end of this experience, so make sure to be part of it. Thank you again, guys. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you on the next one. Meer op afstehen.